Good evening, my name is Isaiah Venegas. I am in Miss Phillips' class, and today we are going to be discussing my thoughts on on the job simulation. So let's get right into it. For the first question, we have what happened during the job simulation that most surprised you? For me, I would say what most surprised me was just the amount of detail that I had to put into each slide. That was not necessarily a bad thing. In the end, it all worked out to wrap it all up, and yeah, I was just going into it. I was not expecting to have to put that much detail into it, but I was able to find out why at the very end, why that was so important. For the second question, we have what was the most fulfilling part of the job simulation? For me, I would say what the most fulfilling part was the very last task that we had to do. It kind of just put together all the work that you had been working throughout the whole process, and you were just basically presenting everything you've worked on and presenting it to the people. So for me, that was my favorite part of it, being able to do that, and I love doing that type of stuff. So for the third question, what was the least fulfilling? For me, the least fulfilling part was the very first task. To me, it was just kind of boring. I mean, it made sense why we needed to do that, but it was kind of the least fulfilling for me, and I didn't enjoy it, even though in the end it was important to do. So for the fourth question, I'm sorry. What does that suggest to you about my interests and values? For me, I would say that I love to just organize things and put together thoughts into one and to express those thoughts. So that's why I love that last task that we had to do the most, because I love organizing, putting together presentations, and presenting like reasons. So for me, that was that really suggested my interests and values. For the fifth question, we have what happened during the simulation that contradicted your beliefs? So I thought about this question a lot, and it's kind of boring, but honestly, nothing throughout the simulation contradicted my beliefs. I didn't think it was very controversial, and I mean, there was just nothing. I thought about that for a very long time, but nothing came up when it came to that. So number six, what does the job simulation suggest about your weaknesses and opportunities for development? So I would say when regarding opportunities for development, I would say attention to detail. Attention to detail is very important, and it's needed in all aspects of life. And although I think I'm pretty well at that, there's always room for improvement in that area. Conversely, for the seventh question, conversely, what strengths did the simulation help you identify? As I stated earlier, just organizing and presenting ideas and beliefs. To me, I love doing that, and especially putting it into a PowerPoint. For me, that's something that I think I'm really strong at, and I think this project helped me identify. For the last question, what might you do differently because of the simulation as you reflect on it? For me, I would just say attention to detail and focus. Those two things are very important in all aspects of life, and it just kind of it beated that into my head even more, that those are so important for everything that you do, and yeah. So I appreciate this. This was a good job simulation. I enjoyed it a lot, and I would love to do this again in the future. So thank you. I appreciate you. Goodbye.